Go live now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm your host, Nick Martucci. I'm so excited for this episode. We have some friendly faces here. But before we do that, I would like to welcome, if you're new here, thank you for watching this video. If you like this, you should go back and watch more videos. There's almost 200 of them, which is way too many. And I know for sure at least one person has reached out and said that they are trying to go through every episode. And if you want to match that, I wouldn't, but if you want to match that, go watch old episodes. There's some fun ones in there. And if you're not a member of the Facebook page, you should join that. If you search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of this video, that's where you can get all the information about this show, including how to be on it. I will say, as of right now, July is booked up, but sometimes there are drops. And if there are, I usually post on the Facebook page about those. So if you want to be on the show, either soon or in the next coming months, go there, or on Twitter and Instagram at IMDb game. You can get all the information there as well, at least as long as Twitter remains afloat. We don't know how long that's going to be. So I understand that right now following people on Twitter seems like a lost cause, but if you're going to follow one more account, follow at IMDb game. Tonight on the show, we are doing summer blockbusters. It's officially summer now, I think. I've lost track of time. So let's talk about some summer movies. Just for the basis of this game, I know that the term is a little vague. These are going to be movies that were released somewhere between late April and Labor Day and made over $100 million globally. I know that really won't help anybody on this show. I assume none of you know when movies came out or how much money they made. But I will say that these are some pretty big movies. We're not doing we're not doing movies tonight that one person has seen. A lot of people see these. And last thing I want to mention before we get into the games, I talked about this on the last show. This is the first episode we're doing this. The winner tonight, if they so choose, can assign a movie to me to watch for next week's show. I'll talk about it in the opening of next week's show. I promise I will watch it to the best of my ability if I can find it. I'm hoping that people won't just use that to punish me. Also, if you don't want to recommend a movie to me, you don't have to. No pressure on you. But if you do, that option's there for you now. Just a little extra prize for a game where you win nothing. I think I've talked enough up top. Let's bring in my guests. Joining me on the show tonight are JD Stephans, Lloyd Legacy Sharp, Kari Taylor, and Marty Viscosi. Welcome, everybody.
Well, hello and salutations, greetings.
I'm so glad you're all here. Marty, thank you for jumping on last minute. Happy to see you here.
Trenches on my laptop, Nick.
What was that?
I'm fighting in the trenches on my laptop. I'll be back.
Well, before we talk to you all individually, got some mini games for the show. I don't know what that is all about. I'm so sorry. I'm distracted by everything going on my computer screen. Oh, okay, Marty. I now have seen your message. All right.
Professional.
So, the last couple of weeks, I've gone a little complicated with the mini games. I've offered up a lot of points to varying degrees of success. I want to say I learned my lesson from the last episode. So we're going to just start off with a classic here. This is keywords. Basically, on IMDb, anybody can add any keyword to a movie. There seems to be no moderation. There seems to be no real standard to these. Basically, anybody can add any keyword, no matter how general or how specific to a movie. What I've done is gathered some keywords from a movie. I'm going to just start reading out these keywords. Yell out when you think you know what the movie is. No penalty for wrong answers. Guess as many times as you'd like. And we'll just see how this goes. Everybody understand what's going on?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. First movie has these keywords: urban adventure, exotic dancer, bearded bald man, product placement, ex-husband, ex-wife relationship, trailer park, male president.
Lloyd, you can yell it.
Lloyd, you can just scream it. Go
Oh.
for it, Lloyd.
Okay.
Did you want to guess, Lloyd?
Yeah, I don't know how to do the Dirty Dancing.
No, not Dirty Dancing.
Oh,
And I'm sorry, I had the Zoom screen hidden as I was reading this, so I didn't see you put up your virtual hand. Where were we? Male president, cigar smoking, giant shadow, title spoken by character.
Independence Day?
It is Independence Day, of course.
Oh my God.
nice.
Other keywords, we were only like halfway through. Blue collar worker, mercilessness, fictional war, crop duster, electromagnetic pulse, bombardment, computer cracker, saving the world mission, Earth viewed from space, human versus extraterrestrial, and 4th of July. Well, that's 1 point to Kari Taylor. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, nice to be back.
Nice to have you here. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of you on the show now, and I love that. I love when a new player wants to keep coming back to this.
Well, I have fun, so I have fun and I don't do much, let's be real. So usually my evenings are pretty open. So
well, I'm so psyched that you're here. Normally I ask a question up top related to the topic. I honestly don't know how to ask this. If there is a movie that like you remember seeing in the summer, or a movie that reminds you of summer, or really any movie, just throw something in if you want.
I feel okay. So I had a feeling that like the question was going to be like, what's your favorite summer blockbuster?
Yeah.
Or something along that lines, basically. So I was like thinking back, and I was trying to remember the first time I ever really saw a blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure it was the first Spider-Man movie directed by Sam Raimi.
Yes.
Because like I'm pretty sure my older brother John took me, and like we went to like the crappy theater in my hometown, and it was like the first time I got to see a PG-13 movie in theaters. And I felt like so mature and grown up because I was like, my brother trusts me enough to not be a nuisance to go to a movie in the theater. So I feel like I have a lot of memories, I guess, around that.
I mean,
even
that's a
though
good
not
choice.
my favorite, but yeah.
I honestly don't remember like what month it came out during. The one thing, like, I loved that movie. I was so psyched to see it. The one thing I remember about that day is outside of the movie theater, they were passing out bandanas and free samples of this new soda called Sierra Mist. And I wore my Sierra Mist bandana for like 3 years.
You just unlocked a core memory.
It's so cute.
I also remember that.
R.I.P. Sierra Mist. They changed it to Starry and expected all of us to be okay with that.
I'm not okay with it. I
Nope.
taste the difference. I taste the betrayal. The lies. I will not.
Well, Spider-Man, excellent. Also returning to the show. If you watched last week, you've seen him. Also, if you've watched like, I don't know, almost 30 other of these episodes, you've probably seen him. Lloyd Legacy Sharp, welcome back to the show.
Hello, Nicholas. I do apologize for begrailing you and everybody else who didn't see us live, but just everybody here in the Zoom room for my Red Sox fans' frustration. It just felt like the right thing to discuss at the time, given the state of things here in Fenway Countryland.
I love that nobody watching this video has any idea what you're talking about. And what if we just kept it that way?
Yeah, that's fine.
Basically, Lloyd hates sports, and really he hates Boston as a city. And I think that about covers it, right? You don't want to add anything to that, right?
Sports fans. The city part's about right.
Well, Lloyd, let's talk about movies.
Yes, please.
Same general question to you. Whatever you think of when you think of a summer blockbuster or a summer movie, or just, hey, people should see this movie.
You know, I'm actually going to take a different direction on this.
All right, I gave you 8, but I'm looking forward to the 9th.
Because I remember a movie that was supposed to be I don't even know if it was supposed to be a summer blockbuster, but it was supposed to be a blockbuster of the spring, summertime.
Mm-hmm.
It was big hype.
Mm-hmm.
And I know why it was big hype, because Selena Gomez was going to be in a swimsuit. And the movie, again, everybody was talking about it. Oh my God, Selena Gomez in a swimsuit. James Franco, Selena Gomez in a swimsuit. Selena Gomez in a swimsuit. Oh my God. And it
Lloyd, you've got to
being...
stop saying that.
That's what everybody was talking about. That's the only reason everybody gave a damn. And it ended up being one of the worst things, not just movies, not television shows, not just things I've ever seen in my life. Spring Breakers.
So your suggestion is one of the worst movies specifically set during spring break is your summer blockbuster movie that you'd like to recommend?
I'd like to recommend nobody ever subject themselves to spring breakers. It is the Superman 64 of hype movies, because everybody thought it was going to be great. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear the end of it. And then you watch it and it's just like, oh. So it's an anti-recommendation. Don't watch it. Don't ever.
I can never guess where the rant's gonna come from, and I feel like I've mentioned this on the show so many times because it's just a core theater memory for me. But seeing Spring Breakers in theaters and the credits start rolling, lights are going up, complete silence in the theater, and then you hear one guy in the back of the theater yell out, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yes. that is the feeling. I
think that is the best review of Spring Breakers.
Yes, it's an anti-recommendation. Honestly, if I'm going to make a recommendation, when movies come out, back when I watched movies regularly, you're right. I don't recall if Rookie of the Year came out during if that movie came out during the summer, I'm going to go way back and recommend that, because that was just a hoot holler and a half. And it was the first movie I ever saw from Marv outside of Home Alone. And I thought it was great.
Out of curiosity, have you seen that movie recently?
Does 2006 count as recently?
I rewatched it within the last couple of years, and it's a fun movie to remember.
Fair. I may have to watch it with adult eyes and review.
It's such a funny concept. A kid breaks his arm, and that gives him an excellent pitching arm.
That's what I thought. I'm like, and I wanted to break my arm for like 2 weeks. Like, I want to pitch like that. And then my mother's like, you don't want to break your arm. I'm like, why not? Because it won't work like that. Okay.
Also, the same exact kid from A Kid in King Arthur's Court.
Yeah.
Like he played baseball kids twice in a row.
Yes.
All right, enough
is that the one with the Minnesota Twins, or am I thinking of a different kid playing baseball game movie?
I think that was the Cubs.
Okay.
It was the Cubs, that one.
I know that there's supposed to be one with the
Twins?
Minnesota Twins. I don't know.
A League of Their Own? I don't know.
No, because that's the girl ones. They were the Rockford Peaches.
Okay.
I'm gay, so I've seen that movie many times.
Fair.
But there is one with Minnesota Twins. So
I can like hear the Minnesota Twins in my head, and I can't picture what that movie is.
They weren't in the Sandlot. That's all I'll say.
We will
I've been
figure
to
it out
one-
before the end of this episode.
I've been to one Red Sox game ever, and it was against the Twins out here, and the Red Sox like absolutely ground them into the dirt. Like I think the Twins had like 1 point, and the Red Sox had like double digits. It was not cute.
Well, that person talking
Right.
about baseball, let's welcome them back to the show. Marty Viscosi, welcome back.
Hello.
Can you believe we had an episode without you last week?
I know, that's very rude, Nick.
Well, welcome back. Like I said, you stepped in last minute, and I really appreciate you for it. So I know you've had absolutely no time to think of this, but it's barely a question. So is there any sort of movie that you think of that's summer to you?
I did completely misunderstand the definition of summer blockbuster.
What did you
So
think it
I
was?
assumed it was just a movie that's about the summertime, and my answer was in line with that.
Mhm.
But
That's fine.
my answer was going to be Wet Hot American Summer.
I love Wet Hot American Summer.
I gave too many years of my life to being a camp counselor in northern New Hampshire in the White Mountains, and I loved it. But like some things in that movie are just a little too real. The music and drama department head, and I was looking up the quote from Amy Poehler's character, the "Be prepared, be enthusiastic, and leave your bullshit attitude and baggage at the door because we don't need it." If I was allowed to say that to campers, would have made my life a lot easier.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite movies.
It's a delight.
And still, it's one that that baffles me on Rotten Tomatoes. Is 38% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That really surprises me too.
And
I feel
it's
like I
almost
consider
a
that like
perfect comedy.
of like
That-
the movies
that
that I like. I
critics
feel like
score?
that one's in like the tier that I'm like, oh, this is actually a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that critic score or audience?
That's critic score.
Oh, okay.
Fuck the critics.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Fuck them professional haters.
Yeah.
I think later on, as David Wayne made more movies, they started understanding why they're funny. But yeah, that one took a hit, and it's the other great thing about it is it's just filled with people who became famous.
Mhm.
It's so weird to be like, oh, look at Bradley Cooper at like the 15th billed person.
Mhm.
And maybe one of Bradley Cooper's best performances.
Damn.
Damn what? He's so fun in that movie.
I don't think that's a controversial statement.
Yeah, but the Lady Gaga movie is so
Also, Kari, I also found it and was going to say it after I finished talking to Marty, but you also jumped on Google. Little Big League is the movie with the twins, if anybody else is wondering. There were so many kids baseball movies in the early 90s. It's hard to keep track of them all. Finally, returning to the show, another one of my favorite people. This is just a good group of people tonight. Welcome back to the show, JD Stephans.
Hey. Hi, everybody.
JD, I'm so glad to see you here.
Yes. Yes, my phone has been crapping out, Nick, so
Yeah, I
Listen,
got a message from you saying your phone died, and I almost thought you weren't coming back to the episode.
she's like her mama. She's trying her best and she's dying, not just on the inside, but physically. That's okay, baby. It's okay.
Well, JD, what do you think of when you think of summer movies?
Oh my goodness. Nick, I think.
Is this accent going to continue through the whole show?
Is it an actual accent? Because I can do that for you, Nick. Like what are we gonna peg that, Nick? Like this almost feels like a racist accent though. Not because
Somehow
I'm
it's the-
appropriating Southern people.
It's
But
the only
parents
time. It's the only time racist accent means the accent of a racist.
That's what I meant. Nick.
Uh-huh. But again, I have a Boston accent. It's also the accent of a racist.
Exactly what I was unmuting to say, Nick.
Anyway, movies, JD. You got any?
Yes, Nicholas. All right, we're gonna go to May 25th, 1983, Nicholas.
Wow, you got the day in there and everything.
Would you like the time? Are you okay?
Yeah, no, give me the time. And like,
I'm pretty sure there was a midnight release, Nicholas.
and what was the weight? The girth?
I want to say there was probably a couple day wait for it. It was Return of the Jedi, Nicholas.
Return of the Jedi. That is a summer blockbuster. I mean, I finally didn't get to see it in any of the re-releases. I never got to see that one in theaters, and when it came back a couple of months ago, I finally got high and enjoyed Return of the Jedi on the big screen. And that movie is unfairly maligned by Star Wars fans. That movie is fun as hell, beginning to end. It's an almost perfect movie.
It is a wonderful movie. You actually don't need to imbibe on the marijuanas.
You don't, but it doesn't hurt the viewing experience of a galaxy far, far away.
It does not. That is true. That is very true.
Well, we'll see how long that continues. Thank you all for being here. Before we jump into the regular game, I got one more keyword game here. Let's go through it. Lloyd especially, yell it out if you think you know it. Again, no penalty for wrong guesses. Answer as many times as you like. This movie has keywords like trying to impress someone, 1 week time span, hating one's job, corporate malfeasance, crush on colleague, playing Monopoly, organized crime,
Calm. No.
adult. What?
Office Space?
Not Office Space. Adult son lives with his parents.
Failure to launch.
No. Bumbling criminal, disguised as a priest, keeping up the charade, female to male foot in crotch, insurance
Crashers?
company. No. Coworker friendship, Labor Day weekend, part of duology,
Sister Act?
talking to a dead body, murder disguised as drug overdose, corpse in water.
Weekend at Bernie's?
This is Weekend.
I was just
at
about to say that.
Bernie's.
Oh my god.
Not
Well
a
done.
blockbuster by any definition, but it did come out on July 5th of 1989. So I don't know why that movie that takes place on Labor Day came out on Independence Day, but you know.
It kicks all the ass. Such a good one.
We only had a few left. Corpse in Water, necrophilia subtext, buddy comedy, The Hamptons, Long Island, New York, Vacation Gone Wrong, Pretending Someone is Alive, and Weekend. Yeah, that's one that I only just saw for the first time, like within the last year, and was surprised by how funny that movie is. I thought that was one of those, like, it's a bad movie, but everybody has the reference point. But, like, legitimately, really funny movie.
I've actually never seen it.
Grab a
Oh,
boombox.
treat yourself.
Party's on.
I watched it so many times as a kid that like I watched it like a few years ago as an adult and was like kind of questioning my family's choices of letting me watch that. But
yeah, it's not a kid's movie.
Definitely not.
Well, that means Kari swept the first mini game, 2 points. Everyone else, plenty of time to get more points. That brings us to the regular game. You all know how this game works, but if you're new here, here's what the game is. I've gone to IMDb, Internet Movie Database, and I have pulled parental warnings for a bunch of summer blockbusters. These parental warnings, I didn't write them. The anonymous weirdos that wrote the keywords write these warnings. I just steal them and turn them into a game show. I'm going to read these warnings. My friends here are going to try to figure out what the summer blockbuster is based on the warnings. Kari, since you dominated that first round, you get to pick the first year. Would you like a summer blockbuster from 1978, 1988, or 2003?
Let's do 88.
88. All right, first movie of the night from 1988 for 5 points under profanity. 7 hells, 2 dams, 1 ass, 1 bitch, and 1 made-up profane word.
One ass and one.
Wow. It's the beach that throws me off, Nicholas. It is the beach.
All right, for 4 points under sex and nudity. There is a real quick upskirt moment right after a car crash. It's really quick and not totally clear if the character is supposed to be wearing underwear or not.
I'm going to take a guess, and I'm probably going to be really
JD's going to take a guess. Anybody else?
I'm not going to take a guess.
All right, JD, what do you think this movie is?
Is this Overboard?
I mean, that is a good guess. It is not Overboard.
I am. Just going to put this down.
I like, you've got the drawl going on. Marty's got the hand fan. This is your cat on a hot tin roof episode.
Bryce would be proud.
For 3 points under violence and gore, many scenes of mild, wacky, slapstick cartoon action violence.
Can you repeat that, Nick? Sorry.
Yep. Many scenes of mild, wacky, slapstick cartoon action violence. We've got 2 hands up. Anybody else? Marty, what do you think this movie is?
I think it might be Roger Rabbit.
Kari, what do you think?
I'm also pretty sure that it might be Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Released June 22nd, 1988, made $329.8 million at the box office.
Damn.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
That's a blockbuster.
That's another one I watched a lot as a kid.
That's such a fun one.
My brothers and I were like absolutely terrified of the eyes.
Of
at
course.
The end.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
We like literally, I remember like sleeping with the lights on after it was on Disney Channel one night, and like my mom coming in and being like, "Go to bed."
Also, looking at the YouTube comments, shout out to Scoot and Miles, especially. Miles says hello, everyone.
Hello, Miles. How is it going, Miles?
The other clues in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, frightening and intense scenes. The villain's cartoon-like form is very creepy and has a high-pitched voice. His death is very disturbing as he melts into goo. And frightening and intense scenes, the high-energy Toontown sequence can be disturbing. Marty and Kari tied in first place. No, Kari, I forgot you had points already. Kari has 5, Marty has 3. Lloyd has 0. JD has -1.
I'm just happy to be here, Nick.
I'm just happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Lloyd, you get the next year.
Oh, joy.
Would you like a movie from 1975, 1983, or 2019?
Oh, God, too close. What were the first 2?
75 or 83.
Boy, 70s had some racist shit. 83.
83. All right. From 1983 for 5 points under violence and gore. A man briefly fistfights with an enemy before flipping him over his back. JD has a guess. Anybody else?
Okay.
Kari also has a guess. Kari, what do you think this movie is?
I think it might be Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
JD, what do you think?
That is a good guess, but you know what? I'm gonna stubbornly stick with my answer and probably be wrong. It's okay, Nicholas. We're gonna do Return of the Jedi.
It is not Raiders of the Lost Ark. JD, I was really wondering if you were going to go for it or not. This is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It is?
It sure is.
Oh, it is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It is. No,
Wait.
I'm sorry. It's Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
I'm so confused, Nicholas. I'm so confused.
I really enjoyed watching everybody in this chat's faces when Nick said that, because Nick was just
Right.
like, yeah, and everyone else was like, all at the same time.
Big side flashbacks.
I hope everyone enjoys the final episode of this. Really ruined that for everyone. But
No, Steve would never.
JD, you got it right. May 25th, 1983, $386 million. Return of the Jedi.
Thank you so much.
Jedi's of the Lost Ark.
Also in Return of the Jedi, under sex and nudity, a woman is seen inadequately dressed for a while. You momentarily get a peek at her buttock and breast from a few angles. No nudity whatsoever. Frightening and intense scenes, a man's face after taking off his helmet can scare some. Violence and gore, a land battle has several aliens and people shot and killed. No blood. And violence and gore, a lightsaber fight between two main characters ends with one hand being dismembered. No blood. That means JD and Kari tied in first place at 4 each. Marty at 3.
Oh.
Lloyd's still not on the board.
I'm just happy to be here, Nicholas.
JD.
I'm gonna put my hand down.
JD, would you like a movie from 1981, 1994, or 2015?
Nicholas, we're gonna do 1994, please.
1994. You know what that means we're not doing? Raiders of the Lost Ark was the 1981 movie.
I'm so sorry. We will survive, though. We're gonna make it through.
But we are doing 1994 for 5 points under violence and gore.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
I'm ready to make a guess.
I'm not going to let you unless everybody else wants to.
Nope.
Okay, 1994 for 5 points under violence and gore. If this movie was released today, it'd be PG for action, peril, and some scary images.
Excuse me, I'd like to make a guess.
Okay, anybody else would like to make a guess?
Nope.
JD, what do you think?
Is this Independence Day, Nicholas?
It is not Independence Day.
Well, we tried. We tried.
For 4 points under profanity, the word ass is alluded to, but not actually spoken, by a character when he says, quote, "Why do I always have to save your ah?" That's my scream that I'm giving you.
Wait, was that realistic? Could you do a little more realistic?
I sure cannot. I live in an apartment and it is almost 10 o'clock at night.
We'll just
How
try
respectful
to
of you.
It's okay.
All right, for 3 points under violence and gore, the villain throws fiery embers at the main character's face.
And this is from 1994.
Sure
Fiery
is.
embers. Damn.
And they always have to save your ah.
Ah. All right, for 2 points under sex and nudity, a character makes, quote, bedroom eyes at another character, implying she wants to mate with him. The scene cuts away, leaving it unclear if they did. However, the movie ending with a cub being born confirms that they have.
Exactly what this is.
Where I'm sorry.
Matt.
Can you say that again? With a cub being born?
With a cub being born confirms that they did in fact mate.
Did you just Southern accent draw the word born?
Born.
No.
Oh God, JD's inspiring people.
All right.
I'm sorry. Wait, like as in a lion cub. Okay.
I'm
gonna
only
make a
giving you
guess,
the
Nicholas.
information in the clue. Now everybody but Lloyd is up. You don't have anything, Lloyd?
Not that I'm willing to risk.
All right. JD, what do you think?
I think this is the Lion King, Nicholas.
Marty, what do you think?
I also think this is The Lion King.
Carrie?
I mean, can you feel the love tonight, Nick? Because I'm pretty sure it's The Lion King.
It is The Lion King. Came out June 15th, 1994. Made $968.5 million.
I'm trying to remember the flares that were thrown, but I'm sure it was a Rafiki situation.
Thank goodness nothing was written in the sky in that movie.
Gas was written in the sky, Lloyd. Fox was written in the sky.
Last clue in that frightening and intense scenes hopefully would have brought Lloyd over. A character's death may be intense for some viewers. It's known as one of the saddest and emotional deaths in the Disney canon. The film is notable for being the first Disney animated film to actually show a dead body on screen.
Can we just talk about how all the women that died, and it's when the man finally dies, we all sit there and cry?
I also disagree, because I feel like technically the Headless Horseman is dead.
And I
that's a
wept
Disney
for
animated
days.
movie.
When Bambi's mother got shot, I was not over that for at least a year.
I mean, I was really hurt. I cried when Bambi's mother died. I didn't understand.
I didn't need a man to die. Bambi's mother was it for me.
I'm just saying. Exactly. Like, this man dies, all of a sudden we're going to throw a big hissy fit.
I cannot believe this is still happening. Carrie's at 6. JD and Marty both at 5. Lloyd is just sitting there.
It's the luck of the accent.
They're shooting off fireworks, so this is great.
We've got one more before the next round of mini games. I believe who picked that last one, Marty or Carrie?
I believe it was
JD.
Or JD. JD
No, it was
picked
not
that one.
me.
I have not picked yet.
No,
You have
not
I picked 1983, remember?
Yep.
Oh,
No.
Who picked 94?
Oh,
Who picked 94?
Oh, is this my turn?
It
I
was.
don't know. I'm pretty sure I picked.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
I
go to
picked
Marty.
83.
I
Okay.
do not know what's happening here. I feel like something about this particular
JD
episode has
picked the last-
fried my brain.
JD picked the last year.
yeah. Marty
Oh,
still
okay,
has not
it was
gone.
me.
All right, so Marty, would you like a
Oh,
movie
it
from
was me. I apologize, Nick.
Marty? Would you like a movie from 1982, 1993, or 2008?
2008. Also, as a side note, I
2008.
feel need to clarify. I am in fact wearing a shirt. It's just very hot.
Thank you for that
There'd
clarification.
be
Yeah.
no judgment if you weren't.
I mean, you're in your home.
You
Who
wouldn't be
cares?
the first person on this show.
I think someone went fully shirtless.
Go back
Just
and
'cause-
rewatch all the other ones.
If the men can do it, I'm just saying.
All right, 2008.
How many nipples are you allowed to show on YouTube, Nick?
I think 1.5.
Wait, can we get a measurement on that? So it's like 1.5 full.
You get one nipple and then just like a sliver of areola.
It's a blush gradient.
Just a hinted nip.
Like a
Oh,
half
God.
spoon of that particular nip is what you're saying. Less than a nip slip.
Just
More
just
like
a
a situation.
more like a nip sip.
So no Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl is what you're saying.
I mean, most of it was covered.
I regret
So
some-
Janet
Also-
Jackson at the Super Bowl is acceptable. You heard it here
Yeah.
first, Marty.
Also, real just off topic very quickly. but
Since we're here.
Because we're on YouTube, did you all know that YouTube would not exist had it not been for the creators realizing that it was hard to find the nipple video from Janet Jackson, so they created a video streaming site.
I
Really?
think that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yep.
reading about that a while ago.
That
It-
is the correct use.
Google
of
Images
creative.
exists solely because so many people were looking for the picture of Jennifer Lopez in like the
Uh-huh.
low cut green, like
that was
dress from
the
Grammys.
second part of the trivia.
Green?
So,
That-
So
yeah,
so YouTube and Google Pictures are exist because of perverts?
uh-huh.
I mean, what doesn't exist nowadays because of perverts?
But yeah, no, Janet
I
Jackson
hope
deserves,
people. Actually, no.
Jan-
Never mind. That
Janet
doesn't make sense.
Jackson deserves part ownership of YouTube. Jennifer Lopez deserves part ownership of Google.
I
Janet
don't
shares.
agree.
Janet Jackson deserves everything, and Justin Timberlake deserves nothing. And this is the hill that I'm willing to die on.
I completely
agree.
agree.
I mean,
Anyway,
out of the two of them, sure, I agree.
and just to
Fucking
answer a question in the
disgusting,
comments, Land Before Time is not a Disney movie. That's
It's not. It's a dog.
But it does feature a sad ass fucking death.
As a-
it sure does. Anyway, we have a movie here from 2008. Marty picked it. I
Oh,
remember
really?
that.
Let's play the game? Okay, cool.
For 5 points under frightening and intense scenes, a girl falls apart because she is stressed.
Well, I'm sorry. What was the year?
2008. A girl
Marty's hand
falls
immediately
apart
went up.
because she is stressed.
She's stressed.
So she falls
Wow.
apart.
A city falls apart.
Marty.
Did not say that. Marty, what do you think the movie is?
You used this movie on the very first episode I was ever on. It's the one that I'm
Well,
thinking of.
I didn't get rid of it because I didn't know you were going to be on this episode.
Well,
But if you remember it from that, I'm going to go to JD first, and then I'll go to you.
Oh, my hand's still up. Oh, hey, check that
Oh, are
out.
you not guessing?
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
You don't have to guess, JD.
Will they or
You're
won't?
not
Yeah, no,
required
but
to guess.
I really did mean to put my hand down.
All
Nicholas.
right.
I do apologize.
Marty, totally fair point if you want it. What do you think this movie is?
I absolutely want it, and I'm gonna throw a love song lyric on there like Kari and say, "Lay all your love on me. This is Mama fucking Mia."
This is Mama fucking Mia.
Mhm.
That's a good one. That
That is the full
good-
title because there are 3 men that the mama was fucking Mia-ing.
Listen, Mamma Mia is best watched with friends, and at least 2 of them need to be singing the solos. Okay, I had this one friend. She put on the heels and she get all dressed up. Her name was Alexis. She was like, "Now, y'all, I'm taking this part. You can choose the other ones. This one's mine." She hit all the notes, so it was good.
I just want to add that when Marty raised her hand, I thought they
There
raised
you
their hand because the first clue was girl falls apart because they're stressed out. I thought it was like relatable humanity.
Oh,
But
no.
They just remembered it from the first episode. I'm like, darn it.
The whiplash I know I'm getting. I don't know if anybody watches this with headphones in, but the whiplash of a JD Southern Belle monologue followed by Lloyd roaring in.
I have my volume control like in hand, just in case. No offense to you two.
That's fair.
What are you trying to say?
Other clues in Mamma Mia: sex and nudity. 2 women make fun of another woman's undergarments, asking if she wears it or flosses with it.
Oh my god.
Profanity, hell, and damn are said 2 or 3 times each. Ass is said along with a woman calling herself a, quote, reckless little slut.
Oh.
Sex and nudity, there is slight innuendo / sexual references in some of the musical numbers. The most suggestive is Does Your Mother Know? And sex and nudity, the song Dancing Queen contains the lyrics, "You're a teaser, you turn 'em on." Which is a fun thing to say to a 17-year-old girl.
That is beautiful. This is
Sure,
a
Elvis
beautiful
Presley would
movie.
agree.
Okay, coming of age, it's beautiful.
All right.
Saw
Well,
that movie for my
Marty,
15th birthday.
that brings you to 10. Kari at 6. JD at 5. Lloyd, feel free to guess whenever the feeling hits you.
Oh, I will when it does.
Just gotta wait till it feels right, okay? It's gotta feel good.
That brings
And it's
us
not going to feel right anytime soon after hearing coming of age and a 17-year-old girl in the same sentence.
We're on to a mini game. Is one of her classic multiple choice mini games. I'm going to pose a question to one person. If you get it right, you get 4 points. If not, next person can guess for 3. Next person can guess for 2. Last person gets 1 point if they can remember what's left. Lloyd, since you are in last place right now, I will go to you first. All of these questions are the same question. Lloyd, which of these 4 movies was not released during the summer? Die Hard, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard, or A Good Day to Die Hard?
Which one was not released during the summer?
Not released during the summer.
Die Hard?
Die Hard. It's a Christmas movie.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah,
Look,
that was released in
July. The only true Christmas movie.
Yeah. That was released July 12th, 1988. JD, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard, or A Good Day to Die Hard, which was not released in the summer.
Can you say them once more? I'm sorry, I got like the ADHD.
Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard, or A Good Day to Die Hard.
Nicholas, I'm going to take a wild guess and say A Good Day to Die Hard.
A Good Day to Die Hard. For 3 points, you were correct. For some reason, the fifth and final Die Hard movie was released on Valentine's Day of 2013.
Now that I do remember, actually.
How romantic.
Points to JD.
Say what you will, I want to go see it.
And JD, that means you also get this next one. Which of these movies was not released during the summer? The Exorcist, The Fly, The Shining, or The Thing? Which was not released during the summer?
Not released. Okay.
Not released during the summer.
I'm gonna say The Exorcist.
You've got another 4 points, JD. The Exorcist was released the day after Christmas in 1973.
Thank you.
Somehow, yeah, both The Shining and The Thing, with their white, snowy landscapes, were released in June of 1980 and 82.
I mean, The Thing is a great movie to watch when it like hits like 100 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first time it does that, it's a perfect movie to watch.
Oh yeah.
Kari and I have had a nice tradition for the past 2 years. Little bit of weed, beautiful charcuterie, The Thing on the first like 100+ degree day. I don't know if you were going to share that, but I was.
I mean, that's a fun thing to do. That's a fun little tradition. Marty, we come to you now. What?
If I win, you're going Ben-Hur. I just want you to know that. I'll let you choose, actually, between the Commandments and Ben-Hur. I got you.
Lloyd and Kari, I'm rooting for you.
Wow. Nick, what did I do to you?
I know how you feel about me and my movie watching.
Nick, I come here sick, losing my voice last minute to be thrown in with the Southern accent and the Red Sox rants. I am doing my best.
You are doing your best. Marty, which of these movies wasn't released during the summer? Beetlejuice, Casper, Hocus Pocus, or The Witches?
I'm about to do my worst. Oh my god.
All but one of them were released in the summer.
That's wild. And I'm gonna go with my gut and say Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus takes place on Halloween. Came out July 16th, 1993.
I had a kid ask me if that was a true story last time I showed it at work, by the way. And I had to be like, are you
a documentary.
asking me if witches came back from the dead in 1993 in Massachusetts? And then they backpedaled real hard.
Kari,
Yes.
Beetlejuice, Casper, or the Witches?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna guess Casper.
Casper also takes place on Halloween. There's a Halloween party. Came out May 26, 1995. Lloyd, we're down to Beetlejuice and the Witches.
The Witches.
Came out August 24th, 1990. JD, what movie is left?
Beetlejuice, please.
So far, JD has gotten points on every single one of these. Kari, you're the last one up.
Oh boy.
So it definitely said Beetlejuice at least 3 times.
Yeah, no.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, pretty close. Didn't come out when you think it did. Came out in March 30th, 1988. None of these movies were Halloween releases.
Just like Die Hard, the infamous Christmas movie, wasn't even made. I can't.
See, but this is the argument that I always make when people say, well, it can't be a Christmas movie. It was released in the summer. I say, so is Hocus Pocus.
I don't see anybody freaking disowning their family members on Reddit over Hocus Pocus, but Die Hard, oh, no Thanksgiving anywhere.
Yeah, we save it for the important things, Lloyd.
I mean, Die Hard is technically a Thanksgiving movie.
For reasons.
Because at the end, everybody's thanking him.
Yippee-ki, fuck off.
Kari, which of these movies was not released during the summer? Summer Rental, Summer School, I Know What You Did Last Summer, or 500 Days of Summer?
Oh my god.
Which wasn't released during the summer?
It's false fucking advertising.
Summer Rental, Summer School. I Know What You Did Last Summer. 500 Days of Summer. I'm gonna guess Summer School?
Summer School came out June 22nd, 1987. Lloyd, Summer Rental, I Know What You Did Last Summer, or 500 Days of Summer?
Fucking Die Hard. I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Lloyd, you finally got points. I Know What You Did Last Summer, released October 17th, 1997. That is 3 points to you.
I'm really proud of you, Lloyd. You do well.
Thank you. I really hate the fact that Die Hard came out in the summertime.
That's okay. You're gonna be all right.
Stopping JD from sweeping that round somehow.
I just want you to know, though, if he didn't pick that one, I actually would have gotten that because I love that movie very much.
Let's see what that did to the scores. Marty stays at 10. Kari stays at 6. Lloyd has moved up to 3. JD, you got 8 points in that round. You're now in the lead at 13 points.
What's up?
And I'm worried that I am going to have to now devote an extra 3.5 hours to this show.
No, it's actually Nick. It's actually 3 hours, and so it's more than that.
Okay. Well, JD, since you got the most points in that round, you get to pick the next movie. Would you like a movie from 1979, 1998, or 1988, or 1995? 79, 88, 95.
Let's do 95.
Let's do 95. JD avoiding the one that was really going to make me laugh. 88 was Die Hard. But instead, we're going to 1995 for 5 points.
Lloyd, I'm so sorry. Can I actually
Lloyd
go
has
back?
left.
I feel like I have hurt Lloyd. Lloyd!
It's
We've
been a while
lost
since Lloyd
Lloyd.
has abandoned the Zoom. It's nice that that's back. This movie's from 1995 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. This film will almost certainly make you cry with emotion.
Old fucking claim.
Should we take a brief break for his
He's
what?
fine. The film will almost certainly make you cry with emotion.
Cry with emotion from 95.
From 95.
And they're crying.
They'll make
with
you
emotion.
cry with emotion.
With emotion.
Not one of those emotionless cries.
I think we're going to 4 points, Nick.
For 4 points under sex and nudity, mild but rude names like, quote, big buttheads, which might make you cry with emotion.
Like
Lloyd's
that?
still here.
Would it sound like that?
For 3 points under sex and nudity, a mild reference to castration. A man says snip, snip, and makes a very brief scissors gesture. However, the castration never happens. For 2 points under profanity, a few mild but stereotypical remarks. For example, sheep are stupid and pigs don't have a purpose.
Oh my God, I know this one. Out of my way.
3 hands went up. Lloyd, I assume he's still in
Lloyd,
the
are
room
you there?
because
Get
I've
in
heard
there. You know this one.
I've heard the
Darling.
bellow of the beast.
Lloyd, you know this one. I know you do. Get over here. Oh, he's gone.
All right. Kari, what do you think this movie is?
Was this Babe?
Marty, what do you think?
I'm also gonna guess Babe.
JD?
Oh, this is Babe.
Came out August 4th, 1995, made $254.1 million. This is Babe. Pig not in the city yet.
Same director as the Mad Max series.
George
Miller.
George Miller.
Wild.
Mad Max, Witches of Eastwick, Babe, and Happy Feet.
Yep.
What a
That
career.
is quite a career right there. That gentleman had some demons.
Last clue there, sex and nudity. 2 mild urination jokes at the beginning. A baby piglet urinates on the farmer's shoes when they both first meet each other. We do not see the urination. The other joke involves a puppy yelling, but Mom, he'll, referring to the main character, wet the bed. JD has moved up to 15. Marty right behind at 12. Kari at 8. Lloyd at 3. Still plenty of time to get points. Marty, you get to pick the next movie. Not going to forget you this time. Marty, would you like a movie from 1989, 1996, or 2009?
2009.
Marty is the only one to represent the newer movies.
I'm old, Nick.
This movie's from 2009 for 5 points under profanity. Nearly every sentence towards the end of the movie contains one or more F words.
And this is from 2000.
2009.
Nearly every sentence.
Nearly every sentence towards the end of the movie contains one or more F words.
I think I know this movie.
Somebody's letting the fucks fly. All right, JD, I'm curious what you think. Marty's going to go first, though. Marty, what do you think this movie is? No? JD, what do you think this movie is?
You know what? I'm actually gonna take it down to 4 points. I think I know, but I want to hear a second thing.
Like we're rewinding sleepover memories, trying to remember what year things happened.
It's like I'm pretty sure I know this movie, but I'd like to hear something else just in case.
For 4 points under violence and gore, this will either help or convince both of you that you were wrong. A man is about to cut cake, but starts to vomit black blood and collapses.
I was definitely wrong. He was about to cut cake,
but starts to vomit black blood and collapses.
Not on the cake, I hope.
Cannot tell you whether or not it made it on the cake.
That's horrifying.
For 3 points under violence and gore, a man's arm violently mutates with lots of secreted blood. A lot of people making a lot of faces.
Okay, I know this movie. I'm trying to remember the name, Nicholas. I know what we're talking about. I know what we're doing here. I can't remember the name, though, and I'm not
right.
points about it.
So, should I go ahead to the 2-point clue?
Oh, yeah, just do it.
All right. 2 points, sex and nudity. There's a fake rumor spread by the local media that Wickus had sex with an alien. We see a few brief glimpses of a fake photoshopped image of him bent over behind an alien. No nudity, and the sex never actually happened.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. This movie really fucked with me, okay? This entire movie.
I feel bad that JD probably knows it and cannot pull the title.
I've known it since like the vomiting. I just can't remember the name of it. And it's driving me insane, Nick.
All right. Marty, do you happen to know what this movie is?
I have a guess for an alien movie that I think came out around then.
Okay.
Is it called Paul?
It is not Paul.
Okay. Never mind then.
Last clue for 1 point under frightening and intense scenes. Several scenes take place in a lab where disturbing things are being done to prawns and some humans. Many prawn bodies in various stages of mutation and mutilation are visible.
I've known this since the 4th point. I just can't tell the name of it.
No idea.
All right.
I can tell you what happened.
Do you know what this movie's called?
Is it District 9?
That's what it was. Thank you.
That is what it was. This is District 9.
Thank you. That's been bothering me since before. But I remember that movie. Ever since the arm thing, so I guess Pawn 3, like that. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. That really fucks with you.
That is a great movie. And it surprised me to learn that it made $210.8 million. That means JD still at 15, Marty down to 11, Kari up to 9, Lloyd at 3. 2 movies left before that final round. Kari, would you like a movie from 1993, 2002, or 2010?
93.
93.
That was a good choice, Kari. That was a good choice.
I mean, that's 2, but
I will say 2002 would have been a better choice, Kari, because I'm learning now that Spider-Man did in fact come out in the summer and was on this list. But instead, we're going to 1993.
Okay. I'll live with my choice. So
1993 for 5 points under profanity. Called an animal's poop shit.
One more time?
Called an animal's poop shit. That is under profanity.
Cool.
All right, for 4 points under violence and gore. The bloody leg of a goat is seen after the animal is presumably eaten.
Well, can you say the first clue again?
Called an animal's poop shit.
And a bloody leg.
And a bloody leg of a goat. All right. Marty, what do you think this movie is?
I think this is Jurassic Park.
Kari, what do you think?
This is motherfucking Jurassic Park because I watch it every single year.
That's a lot of shit. This is Jurassic Park. Came out June 11th, 1993. So far has earned $1.02 billion. Also in Jurassic Park, frightening and intense scenes, a man's comment about Pirates of the Caribbean pirates, quote, "Don't eat the tourists," may be difficult for children to understand, due to the line relating to cannibalism. Don't think that that's true. Violence and gore, a boy is electrocuted by a fence and falls from a great height. He appears to be dead, but recovers. Frightening and intense scenes, people are killed by dinosaurs in very gruesome manners. Very intense, somewhat disturbing. One movie remaining, and it is so close except for one of you. Lloyd still at 3, Kari at 13, JD and Marty both at 15.
Wait, I had more than 15, didn't I? Because I guessed 2 points on the other one.
You guessed, yeah, that brought you up to 15.
But I was already at 15 before that, wasn't it?
You were at 13 before that.
Okay, just making sure.
All right, last movie. Lloyd, you get to pick this year, so hopefully you can get one that puts you back into this game. Lloyd, would you like a movie from 1979, 1995, or 2001?
What I would like is for it to be explained to me why Die Hard is a Christmas movie when it wasn't even produced in the season, but I can't have things that I want in life. So instead, I'll just take 2001.
Real brief. This is just what I have to say on the matter because it's my show and I can say something.
Agreed.
It takes place on Christmas Eve at a Christmas party. It's filled with Christmas music. It's filled with Christmas imagery, and it ends with fake snow. I would say that it is more of a Christmas movie than a lot of Christmas movies. But
more of a Christmas movie than other Christmas movies. Sure.
Say,
is it The Grinch? Is it a Tim Allen special? Is it a Life to Remember? No. It's just a movie that has Christmas shit.
Yes. I would say it has a
Home
lot.
Alone is not a Christmas movie. Lots of Christmas stuff, not a Christmas genre movie.
I would say it has more Christmas stuff in it per like runtime than It's a Wonderful Life, which everybody agrees is a Christmas movie.
I've never denied that it has Christmas shit. It has a lot of Christmas shit. Is it a holiday Christmas genre movie?
I think the big answer is I don't actually care. I just have reasonings behind it.
And that's fine. That's fine.
Some of us, we keep our moods mellow about the whole thing.
I've been tortured for 20 years about it, so I will not. But let's move on.
Got a machine gun now. Ho, ho, ho.
I guess Santa with Muscles is a Christmas movie too.
I'd say so. 2001 is this last movie. 5 points, sex and nudity. There is a few very dirty jokes in the film, but young viewers shouldn't really understand them.
Yeah, that never stopped anybody in 2000.
Kari has a guess. Anybody else?
I'm sorry, what was the year?
2001.
2001, there's a few dirty jokes.
Very dirty jokes, but young viewers shouldn't really understand them.
Okay.
Okay. Kari, what do you think this movie is?
I think it might be Shrek.
Kari's going into the final round with the advantage. This is Shrek. Came out May 18th, 2001, made $484 million.
Birdie,
And
you're
is he-
saying how? Because I've seen it so many times as a
Carrie, I
kid and
work
as
with
an adult.
children, so have I.
Mhm.
Yeah, because my siblings had to explain some of the jokes to me. That's how I know.
I mean, when it comes to things that happened in 2001, Shrek
Yeah.
is all we remember.
Yeah,
I
never forget.
I forget who tweeted this, but somebody said, millennials were never happier than the 6 months in between when Shrek came out and when 9/11 happened.
That's kind
I
of true.
know. You're an all-star. Game on.
Game on.
Mhm.
Go.
Play.
Hey.
That's the song for Mystery Men.
Technically.
Came out 2 years earlier, and they're in the music video. I will not accept that All Star is a Shrek song.
Okay.
No, you shouldn't.
I think Shrek also came out the same year as Rat Race, and Smash Mouth is in that movie performing that song.
That's another one I watched a lot as a kid.
Does anybody remember that Rat Race includes a concert with Smash Mouth, and that's how the movie ends?
That is how it ends, Nicholas.
The other
Do you want to
clues
sing
in
the
this
song for us, actually?
other clues in this under profanity, a character's name has been said to be hinting at the term fuckwad. Violence and gore, two characters blow up a frog and a snake to look like balloons and let them go floating up towards the sky. They both most likely died a slow and painful death. Profanity, mild scatological body humor, one fart joke, at least two belch jokes. Implication that the hero used a fantasy novel's turnout page for toilet paper. And violence and gore, a woman singing causes a bird to explode, leaving its unborn children to perish at the hands of the ogre as they cook them over the stove.
Fun for the whole family.
I'm now realizing, as someone with like a mid-May birthday, I have actually seen a lot of summer blockbusters as a birthday movie.
That makes sense.
I also saw Shrek. I have a very 2001 memory of going to the market basket at the Methuen Loop and getting like baby bottle pops and stuff to bring into the movie theater over there and see Shrek.
Before we get to the final, let's just hit the movies that we didn't get to tonight that were on the list. Didn't get to Grease, Finding Nemo, Jaws, Avengers Endgame, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Inside Out, E.T., The Fugitive, Alien, Die Hard, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Mission Impossible, Spider-Man, Inception, Casper, and Apocalypse Now.
Can we just talk about how Grease is one of the greatest movies of all time?
I mean, it's the word, at least.
It's so good. Listen, John Travolta, when he dances in that movie, okay?
Oh, yeah, the chicks cream.
They had like
He-
15-year-olds
I
playing
scream.
15-year-olds.
I don't even like men, but my God, the things he does with his ass when he's dancing is beautiful. It's poetry, Nicholas.
Anyway, let's get to this final question. In a moment, I'm going to ask you a number-based question. You all know how that works.
I do believe so.
Right now, JD and Marty are at 15 points, can risk up anywhere between 0 and 15. Kari, you can risk between 0 and 18. Lloyd, you can risk between 0 and 3. I would like you all to private message me what you think you know about box offices.
Oh no.
Are we getting a year, Nicholas?
We are not, because that has nothing to do with the question.
Now, I just
Marty
need to
has a
know
bet
some
in here.
information. Are we going to have to get exact with this number we give you?
JD, just because you've only been on like 20 episodes this year, I'll explain how this works. The
Thank
person
you.
who gets closest gets their points. If you get it exactly right, I give you an extra 3 points. And when I say exactly right, I'm going to have just a little leeway in what is exactly. So I have bets in from Marty and Kari. I have a bet in from Lloyd. JD, you're the only one. You can bet from 0 to 15.
I know, I'm doing some math.
You're tied with Marty, 3 points away from Kari, 12 points ahead of Lloyd.
Yes. All right, this is what we're gonna do.
All right, let's do it.
Meanwhile, I'm just going to admire Marty's fan.
It's a good fan.
It's like very hot here today, but the air quality is also not great.
Wait,
And I'm still getting over this, so I can't turn the AC on because it makes my whole face hurt. So I'm just.
I want that second number, Nicholas.
That is totally fair. I put you down for that second number.
Thank you.
It's a quandary that Marty's in.
All right.
I had to think about it. I had points I cared about.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we've got all the bets in. Like I said, closest to the answer gets it. You get it exactly right or very close. I give you extra 3 points. People usually list Jaws as the start of summer blockbusters. Steven Spielberg kind of broke what movies are with Jaws. So what I'd like to ask you is, as of right now, with all of the re-releases and its initial run, how much money has Jaws earned globally? In millions. You don't have, I will say it's in millions. How many millions of dollars has Jaws earned globally in the almost 50 years since its release?
Do you really expect anybody here besides Marty to know that?
I don't expect any of you to know that.
Nick, can I ask a point of clarification from earlier in the game?
Yep.
Can you remind us of the dollar amount?
The minimum was 100. So I will say
million?
it made over $100 million.
Thank you.
Yes.
Because I don't know how money works. I'm not that type of homosexual.
Oh God!
I will say that the highest movie we got to tonight made $1 billion. That was also a Spielberg movie. I'm not saying that influences this at all. I'm just saying another factoid while I wait for people to really just pull numbers out of their asses.
You said 1 million? It only made. I thought I had to make at least 100.
I said 1 billion is what Jurassic Park made.
Oh my goodness!
It made 1,000 million. Nobody has anything in, as if they're really trying to figure it out.
I'm glad you didn't ask us how much Titanic's made.
I can tell you that down to the cents. Message me later, dear.
Kari has submitted an answer. No one else has.
I'm thinking.
Okay, think. All right, Marty has a guess in. Lloyd has a guess in. Just waiting for the thinker.
Sometimes you gotta sit down and think a little bit, you know? All right.
All right.
Did you want the cents?
You don't need to put cents. I'm asking you what the number is in millions. I really don't need cents here, JD. I mean, that's not true. I would appreciate a little sense in here.
But dish.
Nailed it.
You heard it here first. Nick likes to bring us on and be like,
this show is nonsense.
Just
in general.
Nonsensical.
I'm so glad that this is the first episode my mom's watching live.
Hi, Elaine.
Hi, Mom.
I hope she's enjoying the last episode of the show.
I mean,
you can tell the show is nonsense because it's going to be demonetized.
Probably, yeah.
It has to be monetized before it gets demonetized.
That's a fair point.
JD, any number. I'll even give you a range. Pick a number between. Oh, you got one. All right.
I didn't add the cents just for you.
Everybody has numbers in. Kari came in with a $900 million yes. JD right behind with $875 million. Marty not too far behind at $740 million. Lloyd way behind at $500 million. Jaws to this date has earned $476 million worldwide. Lloyd, you came so close. If you got it within 10, I was going to give you the extra points, but I still will give you what you wagered. Don't worry about it. So let's see what that does to the scores. JD, you risk 7, you lose 7. Marty risked 8, you lose 8. Kari, you risked 2, you lose 2. Lloyd, you risk 0, you get nothing from your victory. Let's see what that does to the scores.
Lloyd, you should have risked it all. Come on, buddy.
I mean, here's the unfortunate thing. Lloyd, if you had risked all 3, you still would have ended in last place. But you ended in last place at 6 points.
Wait, I'm willing to give him mine.
Well,
That's not how this game works.
I think it could be how this game works.
And again, if JD gave you all of their points, you'd be in second place. Lloyd at 3, Marty at 7, JD at 8. But our winner tonight with 16 points is Kari. I believe your first win?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was beautiful.
I mean, I always that's the same amount at this round because just because. I mean,
I'm glad your mother could see this.
Yeah, I got the power of Elaine on my side. What can I say?
I'd like to thank all Kari's movie rituals for the victory tonight.
Yeah. So I will get to a question for Kari in a few minutes, but let's wrap up this show. Before we go, if there's anything you want to promote, anything you want to say, anywhere you want to be found, Lloyd, I'll start with you.
He always starts with me.
That's because you always end up in last place.
Yes. Well, anything left to say? Plenty, but we don't have time. So instead, let's forget about the Red Sox fans. Let's forget about the diehard controversy. And let's just talk about where I can be found and things to promote. I don't know if anybody watching is living in the Boston area because other than the host, nobody in the Zoom room is. So if you're in the Boston area, I can be found in 2 nights at Capital Restaurant alongside Will Noonan and friends. I don't know who the friends are going to be because I know I'm there. I don't know the list yet. But Will Noonan and friends, Capital Restaurant, South Boston, a place that I would not be allowed to go 30 years ago that I can now do comedy in. We've made some progress. Not enough, but enough for me to go to South Boston and live to tell about it. The night after that, I am going to be taking part in Karaoke in Midway Cafe. I'm going to be doing my Michael Jackson alter ego act because I couldn't do it a couple of weeks ago because my father had a thing. Beyond that, you can find me at Lloyd Legacy 617 on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram and all that other stuff you shouldn't be on because it's addictive and terrible. Or you can find me on Facebook at Lloyd Legacy Sharp, which is also addictive and terrible. Why are you there? Why am I there? Don't answer that. We don't have time. And you can find out where I'm going to be beyond this week on those social media platforms. And if you don't have them, then it's fine. I'm not that important.
I agree with everything except for that last few words. Lloyd, you are very important. You are a treasure, and we love having you here. JD, anything you want to tell people before we go?
No, that should do it.
Even to the final, sticking with the accent.
Thank you.
Marty, you got anything you want to say before we go?
The weather is nice again, and I have some serotonin, so I'm in the market for friends. If you are in the Twin Cities and you're from New England, come find me, because there's like 5 of us out here and there should be more. But like maybe wait until I'm not coughing every 2 minutes. But like also maybe don't. I don't know. Let's be friends. Also, hi Elaine. I hope you're having a fantastic night.
I feel like I need to go to the Twin Cities just to meet Marty and like come back.
Every time I go home, I'm like, I should see if Lloyd's in like a show in the area. And like every single time I mean to like go see you perform, and every single time the timing of like shows that you have and like when I am in town just doesn't line up, and it's so disappointing. But someday.
One of these days.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd, when is the national tour of Lloyd?
Well, I was in New York a couple of weeks ago, and I'm hoping to travel more in the next couple of years. I had planned to do a lot of traveling in 2020 before 2020.
Oh yeah, didn't we all?
Yeah, so a lot of things got set back, but hopefully by 2025 I will get back out there. It's been too long since I've been to Ohio and California.
Come to Minnesota. It's only as racist as Massachusetts.
Of the 50 states you had to choose from, I am amazed that Ohio #1 with a bullet.
I was in Toledo, Ohio in 2017, and that's all I can say about it.
Okay. Finally, our winner tonight. A, would you like to say anything before we go? And B, would you like to assign a movie for me to watch before the next episode?
Sure. So first things first, I'm just gonna say fuck the Supreme Court. Like,
yes.
Just in general. Pardon my language, Mom. She does not like swearing, especially when her kids swear. But I feel like that sentiment stands with everything that they decided to strip away on Friday.
I mean, I'll say it. I'm sorry, Elaine, but yeah, fuck the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Actually, don't fuck the Supreme Court. They don't deserve the pleasure.
Yes. Good point. That's a good counterpoint.
Do things to the Supreme Court that would, if I said them, this video would be taken down.
But yeah, I don't really have any, like, I don't have anything else to promote. I guess if folks want to follow me on Letterboxd, I try to keep up to date on that. It's just KARILT34. You can see me rate movies that probably shouldn't be rated so high because I have trash taste. But so does it have to be a movie that you haven't seen then, Nick?
Yeah, I would prefer one that I haven't seen, and I don't expect you to know, but if you have something on the top of your mind, otherwise you can also send me something in the next couple of days if you want to think about it.
I mean, the first one that came to my mind, because I watched it recently with Marty, was the movie A Room with a View. Just because
I have not seen A Room with a View.
Yes, but it's based off an E.M. Forster book. Really beautiful, like Edwardian romance. But Julian Sands is in it, who unfortunately passed. His body was found last week, so was in the mood to watch it, and Marty was able to join me in watching it. And it's one of like my favorite like period piece romance movies. But yeah, it's a good time.
I told you I watched it. I read an essay recently that was talking about how it's like the like perfect adaptation of an Edwardian romance.
Oh, what's it called? I want to watch it.
Room with a View.
I almost forgot. No, I gotta get this in. Before you go, everybody, you need to know that if you like this show, if you love it, you need to go back.
We could have done one episode, Lloyd.
You need to go back and you need to see the episode, the longest episode, not that longest, but the very best episode in this series ever conducted. And it was hosted by LC, and you need to go and find it. Watch it before you die. You will not regret it. That's all.
All right. So yeah, A Room with a View will be viewed by me this week, and I will talk about it next Monday. Thank you all for being here once again. JD Stephans, Kari Taylor, Lloyd Legacy Sharp, Marty Viscosi. I'm Nick Martucci. You can follow me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. Follow me on places, follow me on Twitter, but follow me on like Instagram and TikTok if I start going there again. Letterboxd, like Kari said. I need to find people outside of Twitter because it really feels like it's going to die in the next couple of months.
I do need you to know Twitter is absolutely going to die. Did you know that you can only like or see, I think, was it 60?
It was
600 posts?
600 tweets you could see in a day, changed to 700, changed to 1,000. Don't know if it's the case. He introduced it as if it was a feature and not due to the fact that they didn't pay the bill to Google that allows you to see tweets. So yeah, everything is going to shit there. So follow me there. Follow the show there. At IMDb Game on Twitter and Instagram. Find the group on Facebook, search Inappropriate Movie Database, or click the link in the description of this video. We do this show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be back here next week, July the 10th, with movies with a gendered word in the title. I don't know a cleaner way to say that, but it's a topic we've done before that it makes me smile. So tune into that.